Good morning, student. I am Ashwin Rani, working in Vailtech Multitech Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Saguntala Engineering College as an assistant professor in CSC department. So today we are going to discuss about the topic from the subject Embedded System and IoT. In that we deeply discuss about the title is Introduction to the Concept of IoT Device. So today I am excited to introduce you to the concept that is transforming the way we live, work and interact with the world around us. So that is the Internet of Things. We simply known as IoT. So introduction to the concept of IoT device. So in that we have discussed about what is IoT. That is IoT stand for Internet of Things. What that means what exactly is the Internet of Things? As its core, the Internet of Things refers to the network of physical devices that are connected to the internet and can collect, share and act on data. These devices range from everyday household objects like refrigerators and thermometers, so complex industrial machines. The key idea is that these things are no longer isolated, they are connected. That is intelligent and interactive. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine your smartwatch. So smartwatch tracking your heart rate, it synchronized with your phone when send the data to your health app. So that app may be even notify your doctor if something seems off. So that is IoT in action. Seamlessly connecting data, analyzing it and triggering responses all without your direct input. So, but IoT does not stop at wearables or smart homes. It's everywhere. In cities, IoT is used in smart traffic lights to reduce congestion. So, in agriculture, sensor monitor soil condition to improve crop yields. So, in healthcare, device track patient vitals in real time. So, even remotely. What makes IoT powerful? Means it's not just that the device themselves, but the connectivity and the intelligence that come from analyzing the data they collect with the help of cloud computing, artificial intelligence and big data. So IoT devices are helping us to make better decision and faster than ever before. Of course, with great power comes great responsibility. So IoT also brings challenges, especially in areas like privacy, security and data management. As we connect more of our lives to the internet, protecting our personal information becomes more critical than ever. So here there are the two main ways of building the Internet of Things. So as we know, IoT connects everyday physical objects to the internet, enabling them to communicate or share data and make intelligent decisions. So but how this network is built can take two major directions. The first way is to build a separate network that includes only physical objects. In this approach, devices communicate within their own specialized network. This method focuses on secure, targeted communication between devices, making it more controlled and often more reliable. For example, smart factories or specialized health monitoring system may use such private IoT network to ensure safety, precision and uninterpreted operations. So the second way is to make the internet itself more expensive. That means it allowing is to connect everything everywhere that every people. So that is the main things, that is allowing is to connect everything, peoples or place and objects on the massive scale. So this requires advanced and powerful technologies, but the impact is truly transformational. So it creates a world where connectivity is available anytime, any place, and anywhere or anything. So imagine city where every light, vehicle, and sensor communicates seamlessly. So this is the vision of a fully connected digital world. Both approaches have their own advantages. So first one ensure the security and control, while the second opens the door to limitless innovation and global connectivity. So this is the main thing of these two things. The next one, move to the next one is IoT enablers. So this is may give the major role while we are implementing the IoT devices. So IoT enablers are sensors and actuators, connectivity, edge and cloud computing, big data and analytics, security and privacy technologies, and power management, IoT platform, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So these are the things we have in our IoT device. With the uses of these things only, we going to make a IoT devices. So the first one we deeply discuss about each and every one. So the sensors and actuators. Sensors means and collect the data from the environment. That is, it just act like an input. That means it will be absorbing all the inputs from the outside environment. That is the sensors work. Example, temperature, motion, and humidity. The next one, actuators perform the action based on the data. That means the output. What is the input which is given by the sensor? The actuators will produce the actions. What is the input is which is given from the sensor to the actuators. So simply the actuators produce the action from the sensor input. So example, that means this perform the action based on the data which is given by the sensor. Example, turning on fan when the room gets too hot. So this is one of the example. Next one, the connectivity. The connectivity is play the main role in our IoT system. That means IoT device must communicate with each other and with the central system. So the technologies like with the connectivity means nowadays we are using so many of technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, 5G, LoRaWAN, and NB IoT. So these are the things connectivity we have used in our wireless communication. The next one edge and cloud computing. We already know about the edge computing. That means the edge computing processes data closer to the source and reducing the latency. This is the main work the edge computing will do for our. That means with the uses of this edge computing, we have reduced our latency. That means we going to implemented one of the closer data. That means resources closer source to the process which we needed. So edge computing process the data closer to the source. That means the device or the sensor. So it means giving the best result or reducing the latency. And the cloud computing with the massive amount of data we can store in the cloud computing, and also it is used to analyze the data and supporting the large scale of IoT system also. And the one next one is the big data. As usual, the big data is the huge volume of data we have to store it. The advanced analytics and the AI algorithm turn this raw data into the useful insights for decision making. And the next one is the security and privacy technology. Security is the important one for our IoT, because this is the the security is the crucial due to the sensitivity data IoT device handle, because the IoT will be useful in worldwide, so that the so many of data will be very secured. So the here we use the encryption, authentication, firewalls, and secure communication protocol. helps to protect the IoT ecosystems. Next one, the power management. Many IoT devices are battery powered and must operate the long periods. The efficient power management and low energy components are key enablers. So especially it's in remote or hard to reach areas. Next one, IoT platform. These platforms provide tools to manage or integrate and analyze the IoT devices and data. Example, AWS IoT, Microsoft Azure IoT Hub, and Google Cloud IoT Core. So this is the example. Then the next one is the AML. That means it enhance the decision making capability. So that means this will be giving the best solution for the devices. So this IoT system by enabling the predictions and automation and pattern recognition. So these IoT enablers are, that means together this one they make our world very smarter, faster and more connected. With the uses of those enablers only, we make our world very smarter and faster, and with the more connected with each and everyone. So here the sensors will play the role of eyes and ears. This is sensors are the eyes and ears of this IoT devices. All the IoT devices having this sensor, and this sensor will act like as the eyes and ears. Next one, this process generally involves the five main steps, that is the choosing the right devices, connecting sensors and actuators. Next one, establishing connectivity, data processing and cloud, and control and monitoring. So these are the five main steps we have in our working system. So the first step is selecting the IoT device based on the purpose. This cloud be a sensor, a microcontroller like Arduino or Raspberry Pi, a smart appliance or a wearable device. Each device is designed to collect or process specific type of data. And connecting sensors. And connecting sensors and actuators means we attach a sensor to collect data such as temperature, humidity, then motion or light. Actuators are used to perform actions like turning the light or adjusting the fan. So these components are core of most IoT systems, and establishing the connectivity with the uses of Wi-Fi, Zigbee and the Bluetooth and cellular networks. And the next one, data processing and cloud integration means it just sent to a cloud platform or server. Data collected data will be sent to the cloud platform. There the data is stored, processed and analyzed. Next one, the control and monitoring. Next one is the control and monitoring means here finally user can monitor and control these devices. User can control and monitor these devices through the mobile apps, dashboards or voice commands. For example, turning off the lights from your phone, adjusting the AC temperature remote with the use of remote, or tracking your health through a smartwatch. So these are the examples. And working with IoT is not just about connecting hardware, it also involves programming, networking, and data handling. As technology continues to grow, these skills are becoming more important in fields like healthcare, agriculture, transportation, and smart cities also. So this is the diagram for IoT devices, working how the IoT device will work. So this is the environment which we have observed the input from this environment. So this diagram you provided the IoT architecture and the key component. So first one, IoT architecture flow of components. So this diagram shows how various components in the IoT system interact, starting from the environment, moving through the connected devices. So this is the connected devices and ending with the user or the applications. So first one, environment. So this is the physical world, that is the home, vehicles, some peoples or any objects. Okay, so these are the objects where data originated or actions are applied. Next one, the things. So here the actuators or sensors and microcontrollers are embedded within these things. This is the IoT of things. Okay, internet of things. So with the use of these things only we can observe or we can do the thing, whatever the informations which is observed from the environment. So sensor means is collecting the data, and actuators is performing the action, and the microcontroller is control the functions. The next one, interfaces. That means device like a smartphone or tab or the computer that interact with the IoT system. They serve as a bridge between the user and the IoT devices via these applications or the dashboards. So next one, the internet, the central layer that connects all components. The central layer connects all this internet, only the possibility, only the reason to connect all those things. So this that means the data transmission between sensor, devices, and cloud platform and applications. So the next one, the data management. Data management stores and organizes the vast amount of data collected. That means the historical tracking, trend analysis, trend, machine learning or AI driven insights. So communication interface means protocols, hardware used in the device communication, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or Zigbee or 5G. Ensure the seamless data flow between different devices and platform. And the web application. So web application means the software tools that let user view or monitor or control the IoT devices. Example, mobile app. And the final one is the user is interact the system. That means you end user who will interact with the system. They can monitor, control and receive the notifications via the interface and the web applications. And that's all about this. And the next one is characteristics of the internet of things. So the first one is the connectivity. Connectivity means the most fundamental features of IoT. Okay, connectivity can be wireless or the wired. Wireless means Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or 5G, etc. Wired means Ethernet and USB connection. Enabling communications, that means the main uses for this connectivity is to enabling the communication or data exchange between the two things. And next one, sensing. In, so intelligence and identity. Intelligence and identity, the extraction is knowledge from the generated data is very important. Okay, for example, a sensor generate the data. So IoT systems rely on sensor to gather the data from the environment. Okay, so this next one is the scalability. Scalability means how, that means that the number of elements connected to the IoT zone is increasing day by day, so that IoT setup should be capable of handling the massive expansion. So the data generated as an outcome is enormous and it should be handled appropriately. The next one is dynamic and self-adapting. That means complexity. Dynamic and that means this IoT device should dynamically adapt themselves to changing context and scenarios. Assume camera means that surveillance, it should be adaptable to work in condition and different life situation. So in that we have four condition: architecture, safety, and self-configuring and interoperability. So autonomous operations refers to the ability of IoT devices and systems to operate independently and make the decisions without human intervention. So that is the intelligence. Okay, the combination of sensing and data processing and communication gives the IoT device of a level of intelligence. The next one is types of IoT applications. Type of IoT application means, so type of IoT applications where we are using the IoT nowadays, the healthcare, industrial IoT, home automation. In healthcare, sensor and monitor used to manufacturing, supply chain management and predictive maintenance. and industrial IoT, wearable fitness tracker, remote patients monitoring device, and medical implants. And home automation means home smart thermostats and doorbell cameras. So in many ways we are using in the IoT applications. In the also the home smart agriculture and smart healthcare, so on. So the next one, benefits of IoT devices. Benefits of IoT devices is having efficiency, automation, data driven insight, remote monitoring, enhanced user experience. So next, basic components of IoT devices is device and the things, sensors. These are the basic components we need to implement the IoT devices. Actuators, computing units, communication models, network infrastructure models, internet connectivity, cloud platform, and data processing and storage, user interface, security, map, power management, data analysis, machine learning, or artificial. So with the uses of these things only, we going to make a IoT applications. In the conclusion, the Internet of Things is revolutionizing the way we interact with technology and the world around us. So, by connecting everyday objects to the Internet, IoT enables smart decision making, increased automation, and improved efficiency across nearly every industry, from healthcare and agriculture to transportation and manufacturing. So as IoT continues to grow, it brings immense opportunity as well as challenges, especially in areas like security, data privacy, and infrastructure. To fully harness its potential, we must continue to innovate responsibly, ensuring that IoT systems are not only intelligent and efficient but also secure and sustainable. So IoT is not just about connecting device, it's about creating a more responsive, informed and intelligent world. In future, it's connected and IoT is at the heart of it. Thank you.